Explore the fascinating history of Swansea, a city filled with tales of bravery and heroism. Discover the inspiring story of Jack, the loyal and brave retriever who captured the hearts of a nation. Follow Jack's adventures as he saves countless lives from drowning, including 2 dogs. Learn about the numerous awards he received and how he became a beloved member of the Swansea community. Although he died at a young age of 7 in terrible circumstances, his memory lives on through his legacy, inspiring generations to come. Come and be inspired by the incredible story of Jack, the heroic dog of Swansea. Swansea is a city on the coast of Wales, and among its stories is that of Jack, a heroic dog who became legend. Jack, a black retriever born in 1930, had a shiny black coat that glistened in the sun. His eyes were deep warm brown that seems to shine with the inner light, and his tail was constantly wagging in a show of joy and excitement. Jack moved with grace and agility, and was always eager to run, jump and play. As a puppy he loved to explore. His first owner, Tolford Davis, found him to be a bit boisterous. He couldn't handle Jack's frequent escapes from the garden. Jack would venture to Llewellyn Park and cause untold trouble in the duck pond, terrorising the poor ducks. So he was rehomed to William Thomas at the age of 6 months. It was with William that Jack's story really began. As a puppy, Jack was afraid of water, but his new owner encouraged him to swim with the local boys. He quickly got a taste for it and developed a habit of dragging the boys to shore by their collars. They say that Jack became so loyal that he would never leave his owner's side and would always be the first to jump into the water to help those in need. The first rescue happened in June 1931. Jack rescued a 12-year-old boy who was dumping some rubbish into the North Dock and got into a bit of a fight and ended up in the water. Jack jumped straight in and dragged him to the edge. Although this rescue went mostly unreported, it was just the beginning of Jack's life-saving deeds. The second rescue was one that began to establish Jack as a hero dog. Shortly after the first rescue, a swimmer got into trouble at Swansea West Pier. Jack jumped in straight to the rescue. This time there were lots of people to witness Jack's life-saving in action, and his name appeared in the local paper. By August 1934, Jack had rescued 14 people. It wasn't only human lives that Jack rescued. He saved 2 dogs, and on another occasion he pulled a sack out of the water, only to discover there were 2 puppies inside. By the time he died, all up he saved 27 people. Jack travelled the UK from end to end, making appearances at various shows and events, while also raising funds for multiple charitable causes. His outstanding acts of courage and selflessness in services of these good causes earned him numerous prestigious awards. In fact, he holds the distinction of being the only dog to have received the equivalent of the Canine Victoria Cross twice, a remarkable feat that underscores his exceptional abilities and achievements. Unfortunately, at the age of just 7 years old, his life came to a tragic end in October 1937. Swansea Jack was found dead. He died a very painful, slow death. It wasn't known if this was a deliberate or just careless placement of rat poison, but the community was outraged. Jack's death was a terrible loss, not just for his owner, but for the entire city. The Canine Defence League was so angry about this unnecessary death of a hero that they offered a £25 reward for any information, which was a lot of money in those days. Jack was originally buried with his owner William in the back garden of his house. The local paper spearheaded a campaign to erect a memorial for Jack. His body was exhumed and buried on the promenade, his final resting place. The plaque reads, "The memory of Swansea Jack, the brave retriever who saved 27 humans and 2 canine lives from drowning, died October the 2nd, 1937 at the age of 7. Never had mankind a more faithful friend than now." Jack's story is one of bravery, loyalty and love. He was a hero to many and a friend to all who knew him. He had a heart that was larger than life, and even though he has gone for many decades, his legend lives on, inspiring new generations of Swansea residents to be brave and selfless just like Jack. If you enjoyed this story, then I'm sure you'll enjoy the story on the end screen, or you can find it in the description.